he came back on and he started saying, do you think Kevin McCarthy would be a better speaker or not? And at the end he said it's not even going to come to that. They'll go back and get another person. So what the fuck was the point of that question in the first place? I'm serious. So, David's position is we should risk Nancy Pelosi's speakership. So that's his current position. He's on board for our thing. He's been all over the map on this, but his final position is this. But after this interview, he goes out and starts tweeting stuff like this. He goes, if you're just showing up for the Medicare for All cause now, that so many of us have been risking our asses to fight for 25 years, what do you mean risking your ass? I don't know what that means. Did you have a gun? Did you guys go into battle? Did you and Brian Williams take enemy fire? What does that mean? Risking your asses. You know what? I risked my health and my life for this Medicare fight. I went bankrupt. I almost died because I didn't have Medicare for the last 25 years.
I'm going to try and document what's going on. So we're trying to queue up for the gallery at the Old Bailey. Right. Try to keep this as smooth as possible.
It's a live Washington, D.C. Free Julian Assange rally, January 3rd, 2020, the Convo Couch. Just streaming in the background, so excuse me. Jimmy Dore is reading a David Sirota quote, if you're just showing up for the Medicare for All cause now that so many of us have been risking our asses to fight for 25 plus years, at least do us the courtesy of not shitting all over us and pretending you're a hero just because you decided now it's chic and safe to fight. He also says something about it being a symbolic, these damn feckless symbolic. He did have a lot of hatred and vitriol to the idea that he says was an okay tactic. It was an okay tactic. And the tactic is okay. December 15th, 2020, 8:48 p.m. David Sirota, at David Sirota. If you're just showing up for the Medicare for All cause, now that so many of us have been risking our asses to fight for 25 plus years, professional losers, at least do us professional losers the courtesy of not shitting all over us and pretending you are a hero just because you decided it's now chic and safe to fight. So David Sirota is saying, quit pretending you are a hero. Quit pretending you're a hero, Jimmy Dore. You're not a hero, Jimmy Dore. You're not the hero, Jimmy Dore. I'm the hero in this story, Jimmy Dore. Don't you dare come in here. I'm not going to cede this space to you. Man, I'm getting the criticisms mixed up right now.
I think I do. He says, at least do us the courtesy of not shitting all over us and pretending you are a hero just because you decided it's now chic and safe to fight. What the fuck? I don't even know what to say to that.
Don't say nothing, Jimmy. Well, say
maybe if he's been this passive aggressive about it for 25 years, I can see why he hasn't gotten further with it. So that's a guy who's upset that a jagoff comedian came along and did something that he wasn't doing. That's all that is. I get that. I get jealous too. I understand. He's a human being. I'm a human being. But that's kneecapping this moment right now. That is. And so I said, well, welcome to the moment you've been trying to make happen for 25 years. I know you're upset that I have something to do with it. Really? 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 I come up with a fucking idea. Me, this idiot, pothead comedian. I come up with an idea. It's an amazing one. Everybody jumps on board, and all of a sudden he's pissed. He's pissed off that I didn't start working with him. If I had been working on a project for 25 years, and then an entertainer came along and was able to forward it amazingly because he had a certain talent, I would say thank you. That's not what he's saying. He's upset. He's upset. What the fuck? I don't know.
That's right. Like, what the fuck, man? Why'd you come up with a good idea? Why'd you come up with that idea at this time, moment, this perfect...
Arby's roast beef sandwich.
Why'd you come up with that idea, that perfect idea at this perfect time, this perfect moment? And why did you? That was you? You did it?
We got all surprised by these results that we got. I'm not surprised. You shouldn't be either. If you've been keeping up with this show, you shouldn't be surprised by what we got. You're watching Frank Analysis. I'm your host, Franco. And we were talking about, on this show, we've been covering Force to Vote. I've been going to the Force to Vote events. I also went to the Free Assange events. It's great that these two protests, these two movements have coalesced, and we see a lot of overlap there. We see people that went to the Force to Vote event.
That's really good that there is overlap. I just want to make one quick comment. So there was 5 Democrats that actually voted against Pelosi. There was none of the squad, none of the 17 so-called progressives. So actually, in some respects, I would say that Connor Lamb, like lamb, like a baby sheep, Connor with only one N, ridiculous, which is ridiculous. He voted for Hakeem Jeffries. Mikey Sherrill, Slotkin, Spamberger, they voted present. Jared Golden voted Tammy Duckworth. Jared Golden, Connor Lamb, Spamberger, Slotkin, Mikey Sherrill. Now, Ben Dixon and a bunch of other folks, the fucking rhetoric on this thing. So they were saying, what, you want the squad to go in for a suicide mission? It's a suicide mission, bro. It's a sacrifice. It's just a pointless sacrifice, a symbolic sacrifice for the fuck of it. Now, I will admit that the idea could have been developed more. It could have been a more developed idea, but does it mean that, if people were on board, we could have been talking about how we can make the goddamn idea better instead of having to prove to motherfuckers that they're dumb and stupid and wrong and, just on the wrong side of history. How many more times do you think TYT can be on the wrong side of history before people just flat out give up on them? I saw something in their email that they're fundraising. They're not making anything. Like their fundraising just stopped. Like, we've lost the confidence of the people. Oh, shit. So, Franco,
Nelson. And I will say that it's been amazing. I'm humbled by seeing.
He had a really awesome speech at the Force to Vote DC. You should check it out. But I think it's fucking insane. What kind of people would actually say something like that? What kind of people would actually say that it's a suicide mission, it's a sacrifice if you actually stand up for yourself, if you assert yourself, if you actually use your agency, use the power that you have? What? Demand for something that you want? Use the power that you have? Get something for America? Make our nation better? That's a suicide mission. You're just telling us to sacrifice ourselves. That's a sycophant. That's a kiss-ass. That's a slave. That is a slave. It's a suicide mission just to, hey, excuse me, sir, can I have some more porridge? No. Don't even ask. Don't even try to ask. So if that's the case, then that means Jared Golden, Connor Lamb, Spamberger, Slotkin, and Mikey Sherrill, their political careers are over. They voted against Pelosi. They voted for other people. Jared Golden voted for Tammy Duckworth. Who the fuck is Tammy Duckworth? And Connor Lamb voted for Hakeem Jeffries. That can't make... Nancy Pelosi can't be happy with that. Talk about ruffling feathers. Talk about rattling cages. I mean, I guess Connor Lamb, Jared Golden, Spamberger, Slotkin, and Mikey Sherrill, their political careers are done and over with. They've done sacrifice themselves. Wow, they're martyrs. They just basically, that's it for them, right? That was kamikaze. That's it. That's all she wrote for them. I don't know. I bet you they'll still. In fact, several of them didn't. Jared Golden and Connor Lamb didn't vote for Pelosi 2 years ago, so they, survived that 2 years ago. I bet you they'll survive it this time too. So you can look at me and say, why should we do force the vote? But I'll look at you and just say, why do you want Pelosi? Why? Free Assange.